Hey, good Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox. Thanks for joining us today. We are talking about a little bit of everything across the board for your forecast today. We've got that record heat out to the southwest. So in New Mexico today, temperatures are 20 degrees above average. Meanwhile, you head up to the north and we have winter weather that's moving in, really going to impact the plains. And we're expecting snow and ice through the weekend, okay? And then we're also watching for severe storms in the southeast. So this is from Texas to Tennessee. We're expecting mainly wind and tornado hazards here with this, okay? So strong wind, and we could see a few spin-up tornadoes. We do have that level 2 slight risk right now, a level 2 slight risk, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But hey, do us a favor. Go over to our Facebook page, go look at the Raising Hail Tour. I think we have a Facebook event for this. This is so exciting, Raising Hail Tour. And actually, because you're watching the forecast today, I'm gonna give you a discount code that you can type in and save money on your Raising Hail Tour tickets. So here's the cities that we're going to. We're going to Edmond, Denton, Chicago, Denver, Omaha, and Orlando. A little bit of everything across the country here. Anywhere from the very beginning of February through the middle of March. Now, if you want to save $10 on your Raising Hail Tour ticket, you can use the code RHT, which stands for Raising Hail Tour, Taylor 10, okay? RHT, Taylor 10. Go to raising-hail-tour.com to enter that promo code and get your ticket today. Only the first 50 people of each city actually get this big discount, so make sure that you do that very soon. This tour and this event is going to be one that you will not want to miss. We are giving away a Yeti cooler with a bunch of different swag in there, but everyone gets a t-shirt and a free lunch whenever they come to this event. Actually, I went to this last year and it was great. The energy in the room whenever Derek, our CEO, gives his forecast for this next season, that is something that you want to be at. Also, we have a Thunder giveaway on the board today. January 16th, that's the Thunder game. We'll be announcing the winners next Friday, but how do you enter? Comment on this live video or any live video that we have next week for a chance to enter and tag a friend. So comment on this video or any video, live video, that we have next week, tag a friend who you'd like to bring to the Thunder game. Winners will be announced next Friday, which I think is January 10th. Thunder up. It's going to be a great game. We are on the biggest winning streak that we have been on since the Thunder started in franchise history. 13 games in a row that we've won. We have another game tonight, so we'll see if we can keep that streak. All right, enough with the sports talk. Moving on to yesterday's storm reports. It's been snow more than anything. We haven't seen any severe weather here. So we have all of that snow, mainly these snow squalls that are creating lake effect snow from the Great Lakes into New York and Pennsylvania. That'll be the biggest thing that we're watching today. We've got a little bit of snow across the Midwest, and we've got a few flurries across southern Nebraska from yesterday. Really, the bulk of the moisture is out to the north and west, and you can't see it now, but there's a big system off the northwest that is going to majorly impact the U.S. over the next 24 to 48 hours. And that is the system that you've probably seen all over social media. This is the system that's going to be impacting a good portion of the U.S., really through the central of the country. So we're talking Kansas, all the way out to the east near like Tennessee and even some portions of the Carolinas. But today, we're pretty cold up to the north. We've got record-breaking heat down in New Mexico, 20 degrees above average down in New Mexico. Much colder up to the north and through the Midwest. We just get colder tomorrow. Look at this, your Saturday. All of that cold air really starts to seep into the central portion and the southern portion of the U.S., but that's not going to stop storms from initiating on Sunday. So do you see that little divot of warm air that'll be moving through Oklahoma tomorrow? That's going to be coming with some light drizzle, not snow, but rather drizzle for most of Oklahoma. That's going to continue to push to the east, and once it gets to the southeast, it's going to be met with all of this Gulf moisture, and that is where our storms will form on Sunday. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I want to talk about what we have today, then we'll talk about Saturday, then we'll talk about Sunday. Okay, so your current conditions, pretty dry for the most part, maybe a few flurries across northern Nebraska, but for the most part, we're dry across the middle of the U.S. We've got that snow out to the northeast, dry through the southeast. However, they do have a front coming through today. You can see that highlighted in blue. Farther out to the west, that's the bulk of your moisture, right? We've talked about this. This low pressure system is what's really going to be making an impact through the rest of the country over the next 24 hours. So it'll be a pretty fast mover here, but we see that out to the west right now, bringing showers of both rain and snow, depending on where you are on the west coast. Snow up in the upper elevations. All right, current temperature is 42 here in Oklahoma City. We've got the teens up in Minneapolis, but really not too bad as you head farther down to the south. We've got that cold air moving in to the rest of the U.S., 34 out in Charlotte. Ooh, pretty chilly out in Charlotte today. That is definitely below average for them. What are your current alerts? So these are your watches. This is kind of going to tell you what to look for as we head into the weekend. So we have that winter storm watch highlighted in blue for southern Montana. Winter storm warning highlighted there in pink for northern Montana. And then that winter weather advisory, a slew of winter weather alerts also across the western states as well. If you see this dark pink color right down here, that is actually a fire alert, because not only do we have those really hot temperatures out in New Mexico, we also have high wind, and then of course you get dry air, and that makes for perfect fire conditions. So what do we have? Snow, rain, ice, fire, severe storms. Can we add anything else to that list? Here's all of that winter weather that we're watching for right across the central portion of the country. This is a winter storm watch, basically telling us that snow is coming, and that wind on top of that snow is going to create low visibility, near whiteout visibility through a good portion of the U.S. This travel is going to be very, very tricky over the next few days. You're going to want to see where these snow bands set up before you head out, and you don't want to drive into those snow bands because it's going to cause a lot of issues on the highways here. Winter weather advisory for the western side of Kansas, winter storm warning already in place for the western and central portion of Kansas as well. And then we've got a few other winter storm watches and warnings in effect as you head up to the north into places like Michigan. Highlighted there in green, this like teal color, is a lake effect snow warning. So that's for all of these bands that are coming off of the Great Lakes and into places like New York and Pennsylvania. How much snow are they getting from now until Sunday? Up to 3 feet of snow in these very isolated areas through Pennsylvania and New York and even portions of Ohio. So there's a lot going on, especially in terms of snow across the country. We've even got some colder temperatures seeping down into places like Florida, where a frost advisory is still in place. Cold temperatures this morning in northern Florida and southern Georgia. We're going to see cold temperatures once again tomorrow morning as well. All right, what about severe weather for today? No significant hail is expected today. However, that changes, or at least the severe weather chance changes as we head into Sunday. So give it a few days. We'll get to severe weather here. Here's what we're seeing today. More snow across the east, more snow across the west. So we're kind of bookended by this snow chance here. This will continue as we head into the afternoon and evening hours tonight. Those cold temperatures out to the east, you can see all of those snow bands that are starting to set up. You can see that like not everyone is getting snow, but you'll get a snow band set up and then you'll get like a foot of snow here. We've got rain and snow across the west. That's going to continue not only today but also for tomorrow, but you're going to get the bulk of your moisture today. Okay, taking a look at your snow accumulations watch this. We were watching this earlier. Watch this. Watch what happens between Kansas and Tennessee. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Ready? Watch all that. Look at all that snow. You want to see it again? Let's see. Can we go back? Maybe not. Oh, maybe. Okay, watch how much snow that we're getting. And you're going to see it just be able to spread from Kansas into Tennessee. You're going to see this from Saturday into Sunday. Watch all of that. Yep. So we're talking about over a foot of snow for some places right through the central of the country. We're talking about places near like Kansas City all the way to St. Louis could get up to a foot of snow. That's going to cause a lot of issues across the highways there. Taking a look at your future radar, here's all of that snow coming in. You're going to start to see it form out between Oklahoma to Kansas to Nebraska. That's where the bulk of the snow is going to form. Where we really have to watch for icing is in the southern portion of Kansas, all the way through the southern portion of Missouri, and possibly even into Tennessee. So that changeover from snow or ice or freezing rain to rain will be near the Oklahoma-Kansas state line. Oklahoma probably just getting rain out of this. A very, very low chance to get snow or ice out of this. If we do see any snow or ice, it'll be near the state line into Kansas. We see that changeover from freezing rain to snow throughout the day on Saturday into the early morning hours on Sunday. Very similar setup farther out to the east where we go from Missouri to Arkansas. Arkansas, probably seeing rain. Missouri, seeing that changeover from freezing rain to snow late on Saturday, early on Sunday. Let's fast forward here. Let's get to Sunday. So here we go. We see all that snow move into Kansas on Sunday. There is your severe weather threat anywhere from the eastern side of Texas all the way out to Tennessee. Go up to the north, you see that changeover. Those pinks, purples, that means that we're probably seeing some sort of winter mix. Is that freezing rain? Is that snow? Farther up to the north, the farther north you go, you see that snow moving in. And I do want to talk about severe chances really quick. Your severe chances are going to be right in here. We have that slight risk, that level 2 risk, highlighted here in yellow. That goes from the eastern side of Texas all the way up to Memphis and into the western side of Mississippi. So that is a level 2 risk highlighted there in yellow. That includes Louisiana and a good portion of Arkansas. So remember how I said Arkansas, you're probably just getting rain here? Some of those storms that are bringing that rain could be strong to severe storms. Some of the biggest issues that we're watching with this here is going to be high wind speeds. So above that severe threshold is 60 miles an hour. And then if we head to that tornado threat, it's going to be low and isolated, but we've already seen that tornado threat this time of the year. I mean, think about a week ago whenever we saw that tornado threat really in this same exact spot. So we know it's real. We can't just say, oh, it's winter and we're not going to see that, right? But we could. Right through here, I think we're going to see the best chance for those strong to severe storms. So there's your level 2 risk there. I want to talk about temperatures now. Look at this map that we made, and we're actually going to talk about how long do we stay below 0 or how long do we stay below freezing across a good portion of the U.S. So how long do we stay below 0 out in Minot, North Dakota? Oh, it just flashed up there. Maybe we can catch it. Okay, let me try one more time here. Let's see if our graphics will work with us here. All right, this is on me. I didn't set the right pause points here. How long will we stay below 0? Okay, 72 hours. Over 72 hours below 0 through the weekend. So that's really through the weekend, through about Monday afternoon. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this is for St. Paul, Minneapolis, below freezing for quite some time out in Minneapolis. You're used to that by now, but it will be cold. Now, Kansas, definitely not used to being below freezing for a long period of time in Kansas. We're seeing 92, at least 92 hours below freezing in Kansas. I think that brings us to the middle of next week. We're below freezing, but that'll start Sunday afternoon. So we'll spend most of next week below freezing in Kansas. So for all of my Wichitans out there, you know you're going to get all of that snow this weekend, but you're going to get that big cold blast after this weekend and into next week. Let's go out to the east real quick. Atlanta getting a bit of a cool down, dropping by just a few degrees from Friday into Saturday. Here's your severe weather threat on Sunday, and then we see temperatures warm back up by Monday. A little bit of a hint for next week. Temperatures do cool back down by Monday as well. So you're going to have to watch out for that cool down on Monday. We are watching for temperatures extended outlook here into late next week. We're expected to stay below freezing up in, I think I set this for Syracuse, New York. So Syracuse, New York, temperatures are below freezing, not only through the beginning of this week, but also into the later portion of next week. Let's see about the rest of the U.S. here. Oklahoma City, we see a little bit of a warm up on Saturday, but that's going to be accompanied with some some light drizzle. In Oklahoma City, 52 on Saturday, not too bad, but then you can see that cold air push in. There's that front that's hitting, dropping us down to 27 on Sunday. Actually, we start the day in the 30s, but we end the day in the 20s, so it's kind of that backwards temperature day. By Monday morning, we're in the teens in Oklahoma City. Kansas City at 1 degree. You got 1 by Monday morning in Kansas City. You don't warm up too much. Still in the single digits by Monday afternoon. We stay cold for quite some time. This is going to hit us hard because take a look at the middle of January. We're January 8th through the 12th at this point. Temperatures are still going to stay below average anywhere from the central to the eastern and southeastern portion of the country. You can see that highlighted there in purple. And what about that rain chance? Pretty consistent with what we saw yesterday, where we have better chances for rain up to the northern plains, pretty dry out to the east, pretty dry out to the west. And there's your forecast. As I mentioned, I told you guys it was going to be a little bit of everything. We talked about that snow, fire weather, extreme temperatures out in New Mexico. We also have severe weather to the southeast. Did I get everything? A little bit of ice thrown in there as well. Now, if you have any weather questions, put them in the comments. I'm usually pretty good about going back after the forecast and answering your weather questions. In the meantime, if you need a hail, wind, or tornado map, especially after that severe outbreak we saw last week, we can help close your insurance claims a lot faster with those maps. So give us a call at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com. Head over to our website for more information at hailtrace.com. You can also follow us for more weather information at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We have also got Threads and LinkedIn. So we've got, if there's a social media platform, we're probably on it. Make sure you comment in this live video to be entered to win those Thunder tickets for January 16th. All right, see you next time, same place for your forecast on Monday.